Hey guys, Dr. Dex here today. Welcome back. I've been out of town for a few days and we decided today would be a good day for a build update. I think the last time you were here, we were starting on our waterproof bladder. So the waterproof bladder is complete. All the joist tape, everything else is installed on it, and we are ready to lay down some decking. We have about 30 boards up on the deck right now. Those are ready to be installed. And then everything else is down here in a pile that we offloaded off the truck this morning. So that took about an hour, hour and a half or so to get all the decking off the truck. It was about 120 boards, so it was quite a bit. And 30 of them we put upstairs. The rest is down here because they have to be cut into various lengths. And then there's also softening that we're gonna use the decking for as well. So we're softening the underside of the deck with Azek decking as well. So quite a bit of effort going into this project, and we're happy that you're here. And don't forget to click that subscribe button. We really appreciate that. Thank you very much. So let's go up topside and take a quick peek at the bladder, and we'll go over a couple things, and then we'll get laid out and get ready to start laying some deck boards. All right, so here's the top side of the deck. We have about 30 boards laid out and ready to go. This is TimberTech's new Landmark collection, and I don't remember the name of the color right now, but I'll get it to you here in a little bit. Basically, the deck has been fully framed. All support blocking for all the railings been installed. All mid-span pressure blocking and all other supports, V-bracing, everything else has been installed. And then we have our bladder installed on top of that. And then on top of the bladder, we have some waterproof membrane tape installed, just like we do on every bladder that we build. So that's done, and we're ready to go. We're ready to actually start laying down deck boards. So a couple precautions that I have to take. When we're doing a deck like this, that's a waterproof bladder, when you have to cut your decking, you just can't cut your deck boards to whatever depth you want. You gotta be very careful how deep you go when you cut your decking. So what we do, as we're installing this deck, we're gonna put in a really thin layer of plywood just on the cut lines of where I'm gonna run my track saw, so I don't cut through the bladder. I'm gonna be cutting into the plywood pieces so it cuts a clean cut for the deck board, but it doesn't cut through it into the bladder. So right now, that's what I'm gonna do, is make the pieces that I need. I have some scraps of some door skin. It's very thin plywood. I'm gonna cut those into strips, and then I'm gonna lay them underneath where I'm gonna make my cuts on the decking. So that's the next step, that's the plan, that's where we're going with this. It's at your house, so. Okay. All right, so what I did was I just took some scrap door skin material. The reason I use this stuff is it's cheap, it's durable, and I can use it many times as long as I can find it once we use it. I usually shrink wrap it and put it somewhere, but lately I don't know if they've been going to the dump or what, so I have to keep making new ones. So I had a couple of scrap pieces of like a half a foot, foot and a half, whatever. I just rip it down into 2.5 inch wide strips, and it's a little over an 1/8 inch thick, or maybe an 1/8 inch thick. So I put this underneath my decking. It's a safety layer between the surface of the bladder between the deck board. So when I cut, I'm cutting into this. As long as I don't make my depth of cut too deep, I'm only wanting to cut maybe a 32nd or a 16th below the level of the decking and cut into this. If I cut too much into this, it'll break apart. I've done that before, but it also saved me from cutting into my bladder. If I cut into my bladder, that can be catastrophic, because I have not only a bladder layer, or maybe 2 bladder layers, I also have membrane tape on top of those layers as well. So if you cut through all that and then you try to patch it with just 1 layer of membrane tape, it's not so good. I don't want to hack through all those pieces. I want to just cut into this. Once I'm done with my cut, see what I do is I don't put the last set of screws in the deck. I leave the end of the deck boards wild, unfastened, with this sitting underneath it. I cut my line, then I take a pry bar and I wedge this out of the decking so it comes out, and then I pin all my boards down after this is removed. And then I have a nice flat deck with a nice straight line that I can butt up against. This stuff, you guys probably threw away more of these damaged. So what I'm doing now is we're doing a very specific break pattern in this deck that lines up with the center of this door behind me. Clients mentioned something, one of them is very particular, and I respect that, and I'm the same way. I was gonna break this deck with one single center board, and it wasn't gonna lay out properly, so we added some more blocking. Now we're gonna do a double center board, and we're gonna split it right down the middle of this window. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure from the end of the deck over here to that center point, and then I will do the same thing because we're starting our deck from the outside. We're laying our decking from the outside of the deck to the inside of the house because it's already cut to width. I can't change that. It always looks better to have a ripped board at the inside of the house than it does to have a half board at the outside of the deck. So we're gonna start from the outside of the deck and work our way into the house. As we do that, we'll make different adjustments, minor adjustments for squareness and parallel and all that stuff. But for now, I just have to figure out a starting point for my first deck board. I've already cut the end square because I don't do miters, so I cut the end square and I need to figure out where to put it this way on the deck. And because it's over 20 feet, we're gonna use the breaker board as part of the length of our overall configuration. So what I measure from the outside of this deck, it's over 20 feet to the middle of that door. But with the way, if I run the decking properly on the borders, I can get an extra 12 inches of length and make this board appear like it's a pattern that'll work with the measurement of the center of this door. I hope you guys understand that because I'm not sure if I do, but that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so I've got a silver Sharpie right here. I'm gonna go ahead and measure. Can you hear me okay over the train? We'll sneak behind this gutter. Here's where our deck ends. So I'm gonna pull from the end of this deck over to the center of this window. Will all be. So it's about 20 foot 1 inch, and that's not accurate. Okay, so we're gonna try the other side of this gutter because that really wasn't a very accurate measurement. I'm gonna move this deck board out of the way and we're gonna start over. I'm gonna hook the end of the deck right here. Now I know my deck is square from the house because I spent a lot of time figuring all that out earlier in the build. Where are we? You know what? I think 20 feet is very close to the center of this door. I actually thought it was gonna be longer than that. So I may change my layout a little bit and make this work because I know these deck boards are a little over 20 feet long. I'm gonna say 20 foot is our center line. So I'll be able to change the design of my board patterns if I want to because I'm within the 20 foot realm. So there's 20 feet. That's actually good news, guys. Okay, so now I'm gonna pull this board out of the way. You'll notice we're doing an alternate colored surface border on this deck. So the outside board all the way around is chasing in a darker gray color, and then the inside, the field of this deck is a lighter gray. Now these are TimberTech's newest colors. They're also a new texture, and we're gonna do a new video on that as well, so stay tuned for that. So it has a kind of a cross-cut grain in it. It actually minimizes scratches because there's a cross-cut grain in it as well. So usually a scratch shows up in a deck board when something's dragged across it sideways, because most of the time the grain's going this way and not this way across the board. Well, on this particular board, you have grain going both ways. So it like eliminates a lot of potential scratches, which I kind of like. We're gonna kind of see how that turns out as we build this deck, but maybe we'll get Calvin to do a close-up of the board just so you can see what I'm talking about as far as crosscuts. And then we'll get a separate video out to you probably the next few weeks about this decking on my personal thoughts of it. But I actually wanna lay a whole deck out of it before I give you my professional opinion on it, okay? So anyway, now that I have that 20 foot mark from that corner, I'm gonna go ahead and pull over here, and here's 20, if I don't fall off the deck, here's 20 feet right there. So even though it's not centered over this flat block, this is still gonna work perfect for my layout. So what I'm gonna do is, since I can get a full 20 foot board in here, I'm gonna make this a spot where I'm gonna call it a water dump. Because I have a waterproof bladder right now, and there's so much flat blocking right here where all these boards come together and meet, I'm gonna make a spot where water can come off and drain off the edge of the deck right here and still flow through the sides and get to the bladder, but I'm gonna give it a little bit of an extra spot for it to dump right off the edge of the deck. But now that I know where this board needs to go, I'm gonna go ahead and get it ready to go. All right, so those pieces I ripped down earlier, they're going where I have to cut a line in this decking. So as I lay this deck down, I'm gonna put fasteners here, but I'm not gonna put any fasteners right here because I have a cut line. Once I cut this line, then I will be able to pull these out. I'll pull these out of the way, and then I'll finish fastening the screws in this whole, on this whole line. We'll just chalk a line, we'll screw the whole thing off. That's how I keep from cutting my bladder up. So I know we've done this video before, but for all those new subscribers out there, or maybe you didn't catch that other video, that's how I keep from cutting the tape, the bladder, and anything else under there that I don't want to cut, as I put an 1/8 inch shim underneath it, cut my line, and then yank the shim out, and then finish fastening it. I face fasten it, I Cortex it, and then it's done. These are our spacers that we use to gap the decking. Always check with your manufacturer's recommendation for gapping. You can't just butt all the boards tight, screw them off, and say, all right, man, we're done, because that doesn't work. You got to put some form of a gap. These gapping tools have two separate types of gap. One side has an 1/8 inch gap, right here, 1/8 inch. This side is 3/16. So we're gonna put the 3/16 side down. So we're gonna use a 3/16 inch gap on all of our gaps all the way to the house. So we're gonna lay these out. Now normally on this type of install, I would do these gapper tools every other joist. But because we're so close together, we're 12 inches on center, I'm gonna go a gapping tool, and then I'm gonna skip 2 joists and then put another gapping tool, so that we have about the same, similar distance that we would use when we're standard on a 16 inch center deck. But since we're 12 inches, we're gonna be 36 inches away with each tool. And we have enough gappers that we can gap a 20-foot deck, and we can do 5 boards at a time, and we just put them all 3/16 down, and we'll put them every 3 feet. And then we should have enough gapping tools to be able to lay 5 deck boards at once. So that's the plan, man. Before we chalk, we're gonna pin. All right, guys, that's all the time we have for you today. So I hope you liked this video and learned a little bit about how the order of things go as we're building a deck, putting in a bladder, and then getting some decking up above, and then starting to secure it down and all that good stuff. Hopefully the next time we see you, we'll have some Cortex plugs and we'll get those holes filled. So don't forget to click that subscribe button and hit that bell icon to be notified when we're putting out new content. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming to our channel. Have a great day.